Welcome on back to Skippers. Today I'm going to go through my winners and losers of the trade deadline. First one is a pretty obvious one. It's going to be the San Diego Padres. We just got to look at who they acquired. Josh Hader, that in itself is a good acquisition for a team that Taylor Rogers was just blowing all the saves for the team. Then obviously generational talent in Juan Soto, Josh Bell, Brandon Drury. If you just take Juan Soto out of the players that the San Diego Padres acquired, I think this is still a pretty good deadline. But when you're able to acquire someone like Juan Soto, it's a no-brainer. No reason to take any of the prospects. I don't think any one of those prospects that they trade away, besides James Wood being one of the coolest players of baseball history, are ever going to come close to what Juan Soto can do. So it is no-brainers giving up the prospect. Do I think that the haul that they got was a little short of what it could have been? For sure. I thought the Blue Jays, as a Blue Jays fan, could have put together a similar package for Juan Soto. I thought they were going to get a lot more. But Hader's a guy, really good arm. Honestly, I'm kind of confused why the Brewers traded him, but I guess they just believe in Devin Williams. Brandon Drury's having a really solid year when he was with the Reds, so they bring him in as well. Are they better than the Los Angeles Dodgers? No. But they have to be able to compete. The Dodgers are a wagon, so the Padres made some really good moves here to be able to compete with them in the West. So I like what the San Diego Padres did. I think it is a move that makes them a serious baseball team, and I hate unserious baseball teams. So San Diego Padres are a winner. First loser of the trade deadline, I believe, is the Chicago Cubs. Look at who they moved, Scott Efros and David Robertson. We look at the David Robertson deal. The Phillies got Robertson for their 26th ranked prospect. Pretty easy deal. I think every single baseball team could have made a move like that. Scott Efros is a 30-year-old rookie who has 7 more years at team control that they traded to the Yankees, and they kept Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras. This is a team in the middle where who knows if they're going to compete. They're not Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras, like players like that, away from competing and being really good in that division for a couple of years. So I don't know why the rebuild doesn't start here. I guess as a Cubs fan, you're happy that the rebuild didn't start. But to me, it really makes no sense why you didn't get rid of Happ and Contreras for a team that's really not in this race. And if they keep this current roster, I don't think they're going to be in this race. But maybe they make a run at Xander Bogaerts in the offseason. They make some of those shortstops one of the best shortstop classes in a while. And maybe that's what they are away, but I think the pitching is just that bad. And to me, it doesn't make sense why they kept both of them. So I'm going to go Chicago Cubs, losers. The second winner is a team I'm jealous of the moves they made, and that is the Minnesota Twins. They acquired Jorge Lopez from the Orioles. They acquired Tyler Mahle from the Reds, and they acquired Michael Fulmer from the Detroit Tigers. I think it is a move where they didn't give up a lot. Again, these moves could have been made by a lot of teams, but the Minnesota Twins just went out and got it done. I thought they were an unserious baseball team at the start of the year because of what they had on the mound, like Sonny Gray, nice little bounce back. But you got like Chris Archer. I don't know why they decided to go with so many old guys. I am Jordan Balazovic, one of my good friends, so I wanted him to be up in the big leagues at the start of this year, but that's not working out for him so far. But the Minnesota Twins made serious baseball moves to be able to win as leading that division. So Jorge Lopez has been awesome for the Orioles. Anyone in that Orioles bullpen, they just pick up off the street and they throw 100 miles an hour and get people out, which I'm really jealous about. Mahle, breakout season last season, isn't doing the same thing this year, but that could be combined with the Reds just being that bad for as long as they were at the start of this year. And then Michael Fulmer, just a solid piece that I wish pretty much anyone could get. So I think the Minnesota Twins made some really good low-key moves here to be able to win into the postseason. I hate to say it, my final loser is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays. They acquire hometown kid Zach Pop, Anthony Bass comes back, and then Whit Merrifield. That is not really serious moves here because if they want to be a World Series contender, I don't understand why this is the moves that they made. We look at some of their prospects that they kept, kind of weird. My good friend Jeremy Roach was diving in and saying they're really making a push to next year because Anthony Bass, another year of team control. Zach Pop, obviously young guy, so they have some team control. And Whit Merrifield is under contract for 2 more seasons, I believe, and at a low salary for next year, and then like $25 million the year after that. So I think they are getting ready for next season, which I hate to see as a fan of the team. But if you make a push to acquire guys in the offseason, I think if they tried to do a Rodon trade at this point with Jock involved, it wouldn't have been a great trade because they would have given up all the prospects. So as long as Ricky Tiedemann stays, I think it is okay. but they didn't make a move to really help them win a World Series, address some of their needs without addressing starting pitching. I know, well, Mitch White is a starter, but other than that, I don't think the Blue Jays made World Series winning moves, so I'm going to mark them down as a loser. Thanks for watching. Let me know who you think won and lost at the trade deadline, and I will see you guys later.